Hey folks, Lee with Reel Rollers, and I'm going to show you guys today how to replace the rear drum clutch pad. So it can be a little bit tricky, but it's really going to be about 6 different steps. So first off, I removed the drive shaft cover. Look over here. Drive shaft cover as well as the side cover. And then I removed the drive chain, which is the number 35, and then also the number 40 reel chain. What we're going to be exchanging today is we're going to be removing this sprocket right here, which it drives the rear drum, and the clutch pad is actually located right here. So this is the piece. We're going to take this bolt that runs all the way through to this hole right here. So I'm using a 13 millimeter open box wrench to go right on that nut. It's kind of hard to see. And then I'm using either a T-tool or a 13 millimeter ratchet. And I'm just going to take this bolt off real quick. Now inside there is a bolt, or I'm sorry, a nut. That's a nylon nut as well as a washer. So when you get it all off, they're going to fall below the mower. But just a heads up, that's the only way they come out is by coming down. Just one more turn. There it goes. Just as I mentioned, there goes my nut, and there goes my washer. Now important, on this washer, you'll notice there's I'll put it right on the ground, there's a flat side to it and a concave or convex side. It's kind of rounded. When you put it back in place, the flat side is going to be up against, it's going to be up against the lock nut. So it would go back in there with the curved side on this side, back onto that bolt, which is on the back of this bracket. So just a heads up, curved side in. But now that I got those off real quick, I'll set them right there. Then I'm going to slide off the sprocket, set that right there. And then you're going to see that this brake right here has movement and slides on this bushing and on this axle. To get to the master link, I may have to lift the mower up and rotate the drum a little bit. So I can't see it. I can't see the master link right now. It must be behind here. So I'm going to rotate it until I see it. So I rotated the mower. It took me a second to get the master link right here. So it's easiest when you have it accessed here, because sometimes it can be behind the pad. So I'll take my link off, which has the clip. Just like that. So I have that off. Now I can remove this piece right here. This is a clutch pad for the rear drum. I'm going to leave my chain hanging right here for now. You see it's still on sprocket. So just so you know, this particular post is reverse thread. So if you ever need to replace this or remove it, it has a welded bolt on the inside, nut on the inside, so it marries up to this. But this is a reverse thread. So if I wanted to remove this, I would turn right, and right would actually loosen this up. And the way I would do that is there's a hole in the middle of it. You can see, I would just stick a screwdriver in there and use this, as I just did right there, to loosen this up. And I can take this off if I need to, or if I had to replace it. To tighten it back on, it's again left to tighten it, reverse thread. Then take a screwdriver that'll fit in the shaft and snug it up pretty darn tight. And if I had to put my new clutch pad on, looks just like this. Has a silver bush, or sorry, a bronze bushing in the middle. I'm going to slide it on. And now this might be one of the more challenging parts, is getting the chain on. The key when you put this chain on is to get it to go on right about here. And what I use are needle nose pliers, and I have to come from the back side, so I hold this in here and I put it into this chain right here, and then I bring this chain back over this sprocket, and I have the sprocket away from the body of the mower so I can get it, so I have enough room. If you come over here, you see this, if you come above real quick, See how far it is away from the frame? I did that so I had room over here to get my master link in. So as you can see, I'm getting my master link started with my needle nose. It's already in, then I'm gonna push everything over. And now that it's in, I just need to shift it to the left carefully without losing it. Boom. Now it's all the way through, and I can put my chain master link connector back on. Finger behind the master link, put on the cover first, and then with the clip itself, you can see, sorry my hands are dirty, you always want, since this rotates forward, you want the closed side of this clip to be going the direction of the chain, so it's closed going forward. So I put in place, and I grab my needle nose pliers, and I squish it on there. Like so. Oh, so it's not there yet. Boom, perfect. Now that I've got that connector on, shift my clutch pad back against the frame. Then I'm bringing in, there's a bearing in the middle of this. This is the actual rear drum sprocket. And then we're just gonna put these bolts back in. So, as I mentioned, this bolt has a washer on it as well as a little bushing. Fits perfectly right in here. I'm gonna push that through. And sometimes I squeeze this little lever a little bit just to get enough of that bolt through. I mentioned earlier, with this little spacer, looks like a washer, the rounded side is going in. So I'm gonna use my needle nose just to feed it down in there. And push the bolt through it, like that. Got in there good, nice. I'm gonna back it up a little bit. And then I'm gonna take my nut with my needle nose and try to get it started, which is actually kind of fun. So with my needle nose pliers, I moved this bracket back a little bit, gave me better access to seeing that nut and that bolt. And I got the lock nut started. I'm just spinning this bolt with my hand. So now that I got this started, remove my pliers and I'll grab the 13mm box wrench, get it on that nut, like that. Grab my ratchet, and I'm going to tighten this up. So I'll usually tighten this up. It's one of those things you have to test when you get done. But I'm going to spin this to make sure it's not having much resistance, just to get me close. Usually, see right there, I'm too tight. So I know that's too much. That's spinning. That's a good starting point. Once I get the mower back on the ground, I'll start it up. I'll put the mower at idle. And then per that other video on how to set the ground engagement, of course, I'll take this cable that goes to the bale and I'll turn it up as high as I can with the threads all the way north. And then I'll start the mower at idle on the ground, and I'll keep tightening this with the box wrench on the back just to set this clutch and all the chains back on. I'll keep tightening this until the mower starts to go forward. Once it goes forward, I'm going to back it off just a half a turn. That's where you want to set this. And then I'll come back here, and if I want to change where it engages, I can do that as well. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching this video. This was how to replace the rear drive clutch in case you need to replace this in the future as it goes dull. Thank you.